Welcome to Let's Talk Fashion, powered by Bangalore Fashion Week. I'm here with designer Jatin Kochar, who's just showcased his collection Shine On at the 22nd edition of Bangalore Fashion Week. How are you feeling this evening?
Fantastic.
Yeah? Feels good off the runway?
Well, this is all that I've known all my life.
Yeah? So tell me a little bit about your journey as a designer, how you started off and how you've achieved what you have so far today.
Well, I started when I was 18 and I have no formal training. I've never been to a design school
Okay.
and it's been a good 30 years.
So what's kept the inspiration going? Have you ever sort of hit a roadblock saying, okay, what do I come up with next? Or
You know, I have to be honest that I have been extremely blessed. I mean, of course, there are roadblocks, but nothing that would have made me change my mind.
okay.
I'm glad that the roadblocks happened.
Okay.
Because when roadblocks happen, that means it's time to pull up your socks or
True.
up your game, as my son says,
And I think you've been fairly successful 3 decades in the industry and you're doing fabulous so far as well.
Well, I'm glad. Like I said, it's always His grace.
Yeah. So what about your evolution as a designer? How, like looking back on, let's say, the collections that you remember, your initial transition and everything, how would you say that you've evolved in terms of your creative space?
I would say, as my personal life has evolved, so has my style and my sense of design.
Okay.
Like when I started, I was 18, and MTV was just new in India. So I remember I was. So when you're 18, your mind functions in that same
Okay.
area. So everything was tight and really short, and because I mean, you can well imagine when you were 16, all 16-year-old wants to they want to wear like really
mini skirts
like
and
really
short,
tiny,
tight dresses.
Yeah. So as and by things changed in my life. I got married, so things changed.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, so there is also a need for Indian clothes
Okay.
in our wardrobe. So I graduated to that. Then kids happened, so I started doing kids wear. I do maternity wear, I do kids wear, I do men's wear,
Wow.
women's wear, swim wear. I do an organic lounge wear line,
Okay.
and I also do resort wear.
That's just so many things. I've already lost count. But I think that's great. So can you elaborate a little bit about the organic loungewear, because the whole sustainable fashion movement is sort of kicking off right now. So what inspired you to come up with that?
My wife teaches yoga,
Okay.
so holistic living is part of our being. What
Alright.
we eat, what we do. So obviously clothing becomes a very essential part of it. So a couple of years ago, I was exposed to this fabric, which is actually a 5,000-year-old technique, and it's only made in Kerala.
Okay.
It's called Ayur Vastra.
Okay.
So basically, Ayurveda. So clothing based
Clothing
on
based on that.
Ayurveda.
Okay.
And it's very interesting. Of course, it's hand spun and hand woven.
Okay.
So once we hand spun the thread, then it's dipped in essential oils.
Oh wow.
So depending on the ailment, we use the oil.
The oil.
Then it's dried,
Okay.
and then fabric is made out of it. It's woven.
Wow.
So when you wear it, the essential oils rub into your skin.
And then everything absorbs and then the healing starts from
Yes.
there. Wow. I think that's fantastic.
That is absolutely amazing. And the interesting thing is that it can't be copied.
That's true,
Big-
but it's been around for 5,000 years, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably aren't even aware that something
Most
like this
people-
exists.
And also it can't be mass produced.
Okay.
Because it's all done by hand.
True.
And the another very essential quality that it has is that it keeps you warm in winters
Okay.
and vice versa in summers.
Cool in summers. That's very cool. Versatile fabric that way.
Yeah.
That's very nice. And now that we're entering summer, your swimwear collections, how have those been for you?
They've been great.
Like experimenting with fabrics and things like that. Has that happened a lot with the swimwear as well?
No, what I've actually been doing is I wanted to give swimwear an ethnic look.
Oh,
Now that's a tough one.
yes.
So what I did was, the tribal embroideries that you get. We have so many
Yes.
from different regions. So I did this collection where we used hand embroidered, but we photographed them.
Okay.
This is very either very expensive embroidery, and it can't be done on lycra.
Okay.
So what I did,
Uh-huh.
I took a picture of that and I did digital print on lycra.
Oh.
So it's basically, let's say, mirror work. So it's a mirror work swimsuit.
Wow.
Now you actually cannot have a mirror work swimsuit
Yeah.
because A, it's not practical. B,
It'll just like poke and prod in uncomfortable places.
because the swimwear has to stretch.
Yes.
And if I'll put anything on it, it'll restrict it.
True.
So this way, from far, it looks like Kutch embroidery, But that's not in reality.
Yeah.
Also, it gives me an opportunity to share this globally because it's a unique product for them.
Yeah. I'm guessing that was very, very well received. It's very innovative, actually.
Yeah, it was great.
Very nice. Any plans for another summer collection along similar lines? Any new techniques and things that you've been experimenting with?
There is so much. It's like every single day is a new day.
Yes.
So the first thing that I do is I open my eyes and I say, "Thank you, God, I'm alive." And that's exactly what I say when I'm ready to sleep. Thank you, God. What a stunning day.
Wow, I think that's a great outlook even to life in general. Like most people are so caught up in this stress, that traffic, and just cosmopolitan living has become so
I'll be honest,
tense.
I've had my share of that, and I realize it's not doing any good. I mean, it's not that life is hunky-dory. There are going to be challenges.
Yes.
But so what?
Yeah, we should always be thankful for everything that we have.
Absolutely.
Gratitude above everything.
I'm even thankful for the hardships.
Like you said, pull up your socks. That's the only way to go.
Absolutely.
Very nice. And how do you see yourself evolving over the next decade, let's say? What trends do you see coming in that you would either adapt to or sort of say, no, I'm going to do this my way?
In 48 years, I've learned something very important. And it's taken me this long to learn it.
Okay.
So I want to share this with,
Pray tell.
with everyone watching. Please live in the moment.
Okay.
I have stopped worrying about the future.
All
because
right.
I have no control over it.
That's true. That's very
And
true.
past does not exist. So this is all that I have. Yesterday, after we packed up, we were all sitting and chatting.
Okay.
And so I was given something. So I thought, I went to my room and I was exhausted and I'm wondering. And I'm like, I should save this.
Okay.
And I'm all set to go to sleep. And then a little thing in my brain comes up and says, have you seen tomorrow? I'm like, yeah.
Honestly, the way you said that was on a lighter note, but put a different way, it sounds slightly morbid.
No, it wasn't morbid.
Yeah.
But it makes sense.
It does, it
it's
does.
like, what are you saving it for?
Yeah.
This is now. And this is in your hand now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah. Kal kiste dekha hai? This is it. Let me make the best of it.
You open your present.
Yes, and I loved it.
That's amazing. So any advice for people, budding designers rather, who look up to you and, look up to your legacy as something that they take inspiration from?
Very important to be a good human being. Polite, kindness.
Yeah.
Because I come across a lot of young people and they have this belief that it's very cool to be rude. That is absolutely uncool. Let me tell you. Also the fact that if you are if you have good energy, you will attract.
That's true.
Whatever you are is what you're going to attract. So a lot of people are cribbing about their lives.
Yeah.
And in my heart, I'm like saying, dude, it's all your own doing.
Okay.
Because we're all magnets.
Yes.
We're all basically energy.
Yes.
So if you're
I relate to that so much.
yeah, if you're whatever energy you emit
Yes.
is what you're going to attract. Simple. So keep it simple, and also don't be in such a hurry. And by the way, becoming a designer is not about fashion shows and glamour. You really need to know your act. Cutting, stitching, drawing, very important.
The technique.
Yeah, because all you get to see is the end product,
Yeah.
which is 15, 20 minutes on the ramp. But the time that's gone behind it,
Yeah.
the effort, everything behind it.
The blood, sweat, and tears. Everything that goes
But
behind
having
it.
said that, nothing is impossible.
Okay.
I mean, if I can do it, you can do it.
I think that's great. And on that note, thank you so much for joining me this evening. This is Deeksha signing off. I'll see you the next time and let's talk fashion.